Imagine this. You wake up. It is still dark. There is no roof above you. No walls around you. No door to lock. You are lying on cold ground. And somewhere in the tall grass, something is breathing. Here is a question. Not a simple one. How did prehistoric humans, without claws, without fur, without weapons at first, survive long enough to become us? Not just survive one night, but sustain life for thousands of generations. Here is another question. What would you do if tomorrow morning you had no supermarket, no refrigerator, no medicine, and no one to call for help? Would you know which berries are safe? Would you know where to find water that won't make you sick? Would you know how to look at a patch of grass and tell, is that food, or is that danger staring back at you? Before you answer, take a moment. Because tonight, we are going back. Way back. And by the end of this video, you will never look at your own hands, or your own reflection, the same way again. If you enjoy stories that make you think, go ahead and subscribe to Little Historical. And give this video a like. It helps more curious minds find us. Now, dim the lights, take a breath, and let us walk together into the prehistoric world. The ground is not kind to your feet. You feel every stone, every broken twig, every patch of mud that tries to steal your balance. But you do not stop. Because your stomach has been hollow since yesterday, and hollow is not a feeling. It is a voice. And that voice is getting louder. You scan the edge of the clearing the way a gambler scans a table, looking for anything that will not kill you before it fills you. There. A bush with dark berries. You remember that someone ate these yesterday. You also remember that someone else ate them last week and spent the night curled in pain, speaking to ancestors who were not there. That is the problem with prehistoric food. Nothing comes with a guarantee. Every meal is a negotiation between hunger and fear, and hunger usually wins. You reach out. You touch one berry to your lip. No tingle. No burn. You wait. Your heart counts the seconds. Nothing happens. So you eat. Not slowly, not politely. You strip the bush like an animal because there might not be another bush today, and even if there is, something else might find it first. The berries are sour. Some are half-eaten by insects. You eat those anyway because protein is protein and you are not in a position to be touty. But berries are not enough. They are never enough. You need something that lasts longer in your stomach. You need fat. You need meat. And that means you need to find something that is already dead, or you need to kill something that is still alive. Neither option is safe. A carcass means a predator was here recently, and predators do not always leave their leftovers unattended. You have seen what happens to the scavenger who gets too comfortable. You have heard the screams. But a living animal means speed and teeth and the very real possibility that the hunter becomes the hunted. So you stop. You listen. The forest is talking, and you have learned to understand its language. Birds in the distance mean the danger is over there. Sudden silence means the danger is here. Your eyes catch movement. A lizard on a warm rock. It sees you. You see it. The next 3 seconds will decide if you eat today or if you keep searching. You do not think. You move. And the world narrows down to the space between your hand and that lizard's tail. You push yourself up from the branch, and the hollow feeling in your stomach reminds you that waking up alive is only the first victory. The second one is harder. It requires luck, memory, and a willingness to put things into your mouth that might kill you. You drop to the ground and immediately scan for movement. Not predators yet. Food. The forest is a pantry, but it is a pantry that fights back. Some plants will feed you. Some will make you wish you had never been born. And some look identical, which is nature's cruelest joke. You see a bush heavy with dark berries. Your mouth waters. But you hesitate because hesitation is not cowardice. It is the ghost of someone in your tribe who ate first and asked questions later, and now sleeps under a pile of stones. You touch one berry to your lower lip. No sting. No burn. You hold it there, counting heartbeats. Nothing. So you chew. The flavor is bitter. But bitterness means nothing. Some poisons are sweet. Some safe foods taste like dirt. You swallow and wait again because the real test is not the tongue. It is the stomach. If a warmth spreads through your chest in the wrong way, you will spend the next hour trying to vomit. If your vision blurs, you will sit down and hope the elders remember which leaf to make you chew. But the moment passes. You are still standing. So you strip the bush quickly, eating with your fingers, dropping half the berries because your hands are shaking from hunger, and that is its own kind of danger. Shaking hands miss things. Shaking hands drop food. And dropped food is food you cannot afford to lose. You eat until the bush is bare, but your stomach is only half full. Berries are water and sugar. They burn fast. What you need is fat. What you need is protein. What you need is something that used to breathe. You scan the ground for tracks. A lizard tail disappearing into a crack. A beetle the size of your thumb. A nest of eggs hidden in the tall grass, guarded by a mother bird who will dive at your eyes if you get too close. Everything is a calculation. How much energy to catch it versus how much energy it will give you. The wrong math means starvation by inches. You see movement. A small shape on a warm rock. It sees you too. Its head turns. Its legs tense. You have 3 seconds before it disappears into a hole you cannot fit into. You do not breathe. You do not blink. You move. And in that single motion, you learn something that no one will ever write down. Hunger makes you faster than fear. But fear makes you smarter than hunger. And right now, you need both. Your hand closes around the lizard's tail, but the tail keeps moving without the rest of the body. You drop it instinctively, and by the time you understand what happened, the lizard is gone. That is the cost of a heartbeat of hesitation. You turn the tail over in your fingers. It still twitches. There is almost no meat on it, but you eat it anyway because wasting food is a luxury your ancestors cannot afford. The taste is nothing. The texture is everything. You swallow and keep moving because the sun is climbing and the day is burning away and you have not yet found what you really need. That is when you notice the silence. Not the quiet of morning. The silence of warning. The birds have stopped singing. The insects have stopped buzzing. Everything with sense has gone still, and everything with sense knows something you do not yet see. You freeze. Your eyes sweep the tree line. Nothing moves. But something is breathing. You feel it before you hear it, a weight in the air, a pressure against your skin that has nothing to do with the weather. Your ancestors knew this feeling. They called it many names, but they all meant the same thing. You are being watched. Your hand finds a rock. It is not a weapon. It is a promise. You will not go quietly. The grass shifts. Not from wind. From something pushing through it with deliberate, patient steps. You still cannot see it, but you know it is there. A big cat. A pack of hyenas. A bear that has decided you are worth the trouble. Your heart pounds so loudly you are certain the sound is giving away your position. But you do not run. Running is what prey does. Running triggers the chase instinct. Instead, you back away slowly, keeping your face toward the grass, keeping the rock raised, keeping your breath as quiet as a held secret. The grass stops moving. So do you. For a long moment, the world holds its breath. Then a bird calls in the distance. The silence breaks. Whatever was watching you has decided you are not worth the risk today. You do not wait to see if it changes its mind. You walk backward for 50 more paces before you finally turn. Your legs are shaking. Your hands are shaking. But you are alive. And now you understand something deeper than fear. In the prehistoric world, the difference between predator and prey is not always teeth. Sometimes it is simply who blinks first. You keep walking until the shaking stops. Your legs remember how to move without trembling. Your hands uncurl from the rock you were gripping. But the weight of that moment stays with you, pressing against the back of your skull like a thumb on a bruise. You were almost food. You will be almost food again before the week is over. That is the contract of prehistoric life. You accept it or you do not survive long enough to regret it. The sun is higher now. Hotter. Your throat is dry in a way that berries cannot fix. Water. You need water. But not just any water. The stream ahead looks calm. It looks inviting. It also looks like the kind of place where crocodiles nap with their mouths open, waiting for something warm to stumble in for a drink. You crouch at the edge and do not sip. You watch. Ripples that move against the current mean something is under the surface. Shadows that are too dark mean something is already there. You wait a full minute. Nothing. So you cup your hands and drink fast, pulling your face back after every swallow to keep your eyes on the water. It tastes like mud. It tastes like everything that has ever died upstream. But it is wet, and wet is enough. You drink until your stomach sloshes, then you sit back on your heels and feel the sun on your face. This is the part no one talks about. The quiet between dangers. The moment when you are not hunting, not hiding, not bleeding, not running. Just sitting. Just breathing. Just being a body that has not yet failed. You look at your hands. Dirty. Calloused. Scratched. They have killed and gathered and climbed and carried. They have held the dying and the newborn. They are not beautiful. But they are yours. And they are still moving. The sun begins its long slide toward the horizon. You need shelter before dark. A cave if you are lucky. A rock overhang if you are not. A tree if everything else is taken by things with sharper teeth. You stand up. Your knees protest. Your stomach is still half empty. But you are alive. You woke up alive. You found something to eat. You did not become something else's meal. That is 4 victories. That is more than some days give you. You start walking toward the ridge where the shadows are deepest, hoping for a hollow in the stone that does not already have an owner. Behind you, the stream keeps flowing. Ahead of you, the night is gathering its darkness like a hand closing into a fist. And somewhere in between, you are still here. Still breathing. Still learning how to survive a world that has been trying to kill you since the day you were born.